God bless me. Oh, come here, little baby. Oh, Pepper. Pepper. Pornography. Chill, 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 chill. We're gonna talk about my tattoos today, Pepper.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Say hi. Say hi. Alright, bye. Hello. Welcome back to my channel. I hate saying that. It's so weird. Like, most of you guys are my friends that are watching the video right now because don't really have social media to promote it. So saying like, welcome back to my channel is kind of weird because I most likely forced you to watch this video. But welcome back anyways. Today I wanted to talk about my tattoos. I have 4 of them and I've gotten them in the span of 2 years. So I need to chill because I don't want to have like too many, but I have so many ideas that I want to get like right now because I'm an impulsive person, but I need to chill. But I decided that this would be a really good thing to talk about or cool thing to talk about because all of my tattoos mean something really special to me. And honestly, I've always just thought tattoos are supposed to mean something. Like, you're gonna have that on your body forever. Like, it should mean something. So whenever I see people with like a cool tattoo and I'm like, what does that mean to you? And they're like, oh, I just liked it. It's kind of like, are you gonna like it in 10 years or 20 or tomorrow? Like, I don't know. So I try to keep my tattoos meaningful. So whether I'm 30 or 40 or whenever, I will still know what it means because it represents something that changed my life. So if you guys haven't noticed, I am a Christian, so I believe in Jesus. I walk with Jesus. I believe that he's my Lord and Savior, and every single day I'm trying to look more like him and have his character. So each of my tattoos represent either a stage in my life in which I had to surrender something. And some of them even represent promises that the Lord has declared over my life that I am slowly seeing come to pass now. So yeah, let's just start with the very first one. It's right on my back, like right here. And it's super tiny. It stands for God is greater than the highs and the lows. I got this tattoo in the summer of 2016, and 2016 was probably like worst year of my life. I went through my rebel phase. I was out partying, drinking, smoking weed. Sorry, mom. Sorry, dad. I know I've never really told any one of you guys this, but now you know. I was just not surrounded by the best people. I was in 2 relationships that were extremely unhealthy for me at the time. Like, it was just not the best time of my life. So during this time though is when I really started to get to know who God really was, like as a father. So I had always gone to church. I grew up in the Catholic Church, and I had started going to a Christian church my sophomore year in high school, and I had gotten baptized my junior year in high school. But my senior year, I started going to the International Church of Las Vegas, and that's where I really started cultivating and nurturing my relationship with God and being intentional about it. So as I'm going through this rebel stage and feeling convicted because I feel away from God, and I know I could be closer to him, I choose to get this tattooed on my back because even through the highest points of my life, through the mountaintops and through the valleys, the lowest points of my life, which is what I felt in the moment I got that tattoo, I know that my God is greater. Like, no matter how many times I choose him or reject him or disobey him or live for him, like, I still know my God is greater because I know that the decisions that I make and the circumstances that I'm in do not shake who my God is. So I have that on my back just as a reminder of kind of like God always has my back because he is great. So that was my first tattoo. It's really thin, it's really small. It really didn't hurt at all. That placement it doesn't hurt at all. Like, Tattoos are uncomfortable, like they're irritating, but that placement did not hurt at all. I don't remember how much it was because my dad paid for it, but we got it in like a touristy place in Puerto Rico, which is where I'm from. So it was probably really expensive, like not even worth, like my dad probably paid so much for this little tattoo, like a lot. So then my second tattoo, I can actually show you guys that one. It's this one. I got that one summer of 2017. Yeah, so I got them basically a year apart, and this one's kind of like a follow-up of this one, if now that I really think about it, because this one, it says it is finished, and then it has a chrysanthemum. I think I said that right. I have a hard time saying that, the name of that flower. But it says it is finished because those were the last words of Jesus before he died on the cross, and basically he's saying like, my purpose and what I came to do, like it is done. And he came to be the redeemer of the world, be the savior of all, to shed his blood so we didn't have to, so we could live in grace, have a relationship with God no matter what. Basically restored the broken connection that humankind had with God. And then the chrysanthemum represents me, because the chrysanthemum is the flower of November, which is the month that I was born in. And basically what this tattoo means is that from the moment I was born, even before the beginnings of the earth, before I was even planned, Jesus had already decided to die for me. Like all the mess ups, all the screw ups, all the mistakes that I was gonna do in my lifetime, before I was even born, he had said it is finished. So when I got this tattoo, I'm coming from a place of guilt and shame, but still reminding myself like, it's okay, my God is greater. Like I can come back to him. I can have that relationship that I so long for. And a year later, I come out of that phase. I come out of that guilt. I come out of that shame, and I am pursuing that relationship with God. And I have this revelation, like it is finished. Like I don't have to deal with this guilt and shame anymore. I am not my sins. I am not defined by my past. Like it is finished, and it has been finished from the moment that I was born, or even before I was born. So that's why I got that one. This one I paid for myself. It was $70, which is a really good price because it has like really good detail. And I don't know if you guys can see it very well, but yeah, that one was $70. It was definitely uncomfortable because there's a lot of detail that goes into it. Like I don't know if you guys can see in the picture I put up, but there's a lot of shading and there's even white ink. So she went over this like a lot of times, which got irritating, but only this area in particular like hurt. And then in September, I got one right here that I'm gonna show a picture of. By the way, look at my boots, they have roses. I got one right here, that's the placement, and it says rooted in love. So that one is coming out of Ephesians 3:17, so that Christ may dwell in your hearts through faith, that you being rooted and grounded in love may have strength to comprehend with all the saints what is the breadth and the length and the height and the depth, and to know the love of Christ that surpasses knowledge, that you may be filled with all the fullness of God. And I currently go to a school of ministry, and my first semester at the school of ministry is when I got this tattoo. And God was really challenging me in my love for people, because basically that's what ministry is just serving God, but doing it because you love his people and you want to see his people come to him in whatever facet that is. So the Lord was challenging me in how I served, in how I would serve in the ministry, and how I love people. And that verse basically talks about like, if you're rooted and grounded in his love, you have the understanding, like you know how wide, how long, how deep his love is. And if you understand that, you're able to be filled with the fullness of God. That's what verse 19 says, that you may be filled with all the fullness of God. So I chose that placement like that because if I'm standing up, it's kind of facing, like the letters are facing down like a root. And I just, every time I look at that, I remind myself like, I love myself and I love other people, and I am able to serve other people because I am rooted in his love, because I am constantly in the word, because I'm constantly praying. And yes, are there days where I'm so busy that I forget or that I just don't feel like it? But that's okay, because I'm not living religiously. I'm doing this with intention. And so just every time I look at that tattoo, I just remind myself who I am. That I'm a daughter who is blooming and growing from being rooted in the Lord. Like, he is my foundation. And because of that, I am able to serve him and love his people and understand his love. And every single day, he shows me a whole new way of how he can love me. But just seeing that and knowing it is just a representation that he is my foundation and that I'm rooted in who he is, which is love. The rooted in love placement hurt a lot. Like, it was hitting some nerves. Like, my leg kept twitching and stuff, but that one hurt a lot. That one, the rooted in love, was actually only $30 or $40, I don't remember, which is really cheap. But other than that, it came out super nicely and cheap, so I appreciated that. I got that one September 2017, and then January 2018 I got my big fat thigh tattoo, and this one I think means the most to me. It's basically a heart, but an anatomical heart, and flowers. Each flower represents me and my family members. So the middle rose is my mom, because that's the birth flower for the flower for June, and she was born in June 29th. So that's my mom. Then if you go to the left, I want to say the left has the flower, it's two flowers from the same stem. That's my dad and my half sister. They're both born in April. That's why they're the same flower. And the reason why she's coming out of him was because she's my half sister from my dad's side. So that's them. Then the other rose is my brother. We have the same mom and the same dad, and he is also born in June, so he's the rose again. And then this one at the very corner, I believe is an aster. I don't remember the names, but that one is the flower of September, which represents my little brother Andres. He's 7. And so that one's him. Then if we go back to the rose and then we go to the other two flowers that are on the other side, the one that's closest to the rose is my stepdad. That's the flower for October. So that one represents him because he was born in October. And then another chrysanthemum. So that's me. And we're basically blooming out of the heart of God. We have such a complicated story. And I know every family has a complicated story, but mine is just so crazy. So my mom and my dad got together. They had me. They had my brother 2 years later. And then we found out about my sister. I don't really know the details. Like, I don't know if my dad knew about her, but he just wasn't allowed to see her, or if he found out later. I don't know. I've never really asked, but I just remember, like, meeting my sister when I was, like, 5. So then she came around. So we would only see her like every other weekend, and me and my sister fought a lot. Like, we did not get along. Like, I didn't think that she was my sister. We don't even look alike. She's blonde and white skin, like, but we look nothing alike, so we didn't really get along. She's very passive. I'm very aggressive, so we clashed a lot. And then my mom and my dad got divorced when I was like in 3rd grade, and then 3 years later, I want to say, I don't really know the timeline, 3 years later, or around 3 years in between those 3 years, I don't know, my mom reunited with her high school sweetheart, which is my stepdad, and they got together. She got pregnant with Andres, which is my 7-year-old brother, and they were having a baby, so they had to move in together. They did long distance for a little bit, or for a few years actually, because we lived in Puerto Rico and he lived in Las Vegas, which is where I live now. And so after Andres was born, we decided all to move to Vegas. My mom, my stepdad, me, and my 2 brothers. And it was really hard. That transition was really hard because I was still hurt from my parents getting a divorce, and then I had to leave all my friends and all my family to move to this new place because of this new guy. Like, there was just a lot of conflict because me and my brother were just really hurt from the divorce, and then we are being thrown into a whole new place where we don't even know the language very well. So there was just a lot of frustration. And because of all that on top of all that frustration, my stepdad and my dad were very different people. My dad is more of a goofy person. My stepdad is not boring, but he's just more of a serious character. So that was a big change too, which caused like a not a division in the family, but that's really what it felt like. Like my mom always felt like she had my stepdad and their kid, and then us, me and my brother. So because of that, there was always a lot of fighting. There was a lot of threatening about the family breaking up and just a whole lot of drama. So when I started coming to the International Church of Las Vegas, I got introduced to prophecy, which is, in simpler terms, it's when God speaks to you through other people about like promises and stuff like that. I don't really want to get into that right now. I don't want to define it right now. But I got a lot of prophetic words about my family, about how they was going to be united, how everyone in my family was going to come to God in the same way that I was coming to God. So I started getting these prophecies around the beginning of 2016. So this whole year has been almost 2 years. It's been a battle in fighting for my family. I decided to shave my head to prove to God that I didn't care what I looked like. I just wanted to be identified by him so I could love my family better. So I found a lot of my identity in my hair. So I just shaved it off so I wouldn't be identified by anything else but him. And because I am identified by him and I am rooted in his love, I was going to be able to love my family better, which is still a work in process. I mean, I'm the type of person that likes to hide her feelings, and I'm sure a lot of boys hate that because I don't like being vulnerable about my feelings at all. But I decided to get this tattoo because this is a promise of the Lord that I'm already seeing come to pass. Like, yeah, my family is not perfect, but I can see the glory of God in every single day. So this is just a reminder that even through the drama, even through the mistakes, even through the complications, like, we are still growing in who God is, because I have dedicated myself to the Lord, and I pray for my family and I dedicate them to the Lord even if they're not in the same place where I am. And yeah, it's just a beautiful reminder of what the Lord has promised, and that's just unity in my family. That one hurt a whole lot. This one hurt so much. Like, I was squeezing my friend's hand. Like, it hurt so bad. The guy charged me $200, which is actually not that bad for how much detail it has. Eventually, I would want to get like red shading. When I first got it, it was super bruised, so it was super red like under, and I loved what that looked like. So I might get this one like redone or touched up, I guess. But this one definitely has to be my favorite because it just looks so good. But yeah, I really want to get so many more tattoos. I love Psalms 139. I praise you because I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. I'd love to get that. I want to get Isaiah 6. Here I am, God send me. I want to get so many things. I want to get like tattoos about Puerto Rico because that's where I'm from. I'd love to get something from Vegas. I want to get a lot of things. I also want to get meaningless tattoos, but I'm trying to stay away from those. I just want to get a lot, but I think right now I just need to chill out. Also because I don't fully comprehend whether getting tattoos is a sin or not. And yeah, I already have these on me, like can't take those back. So I'm not very familiar with the context of that. So I think until I figure that out, I'm not going to get any more tattoos. I just have this heavy conviction to not get any more. I don't know if that's going to be forever or just for now. I really don't know. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys ever need to know like who I get my tattoos from, just comment down below and I'll send you the info. I'll text it to you if I know you. But yeah, if you ever have like any questions about any of the stories I just shared, if you're going through something similar, like don't ever hesitate to contact me. What else? Like, subscribe, share this video, promote it for me because I don't really know how since I don't have social media. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week. Peace.